Hello and welcome, my friends. We are on our second week of Facebook marketing, in a bracket, social media marketing workshop, and I am so excited to be with you again this week. So let's dive in and we'll start. If anyone is here, you can wave. I'll be happy to wave back. I'm just hoping that you all can, those of you who are joining me live, can hear me, and those of you who's going to watch this later, hopefully we're going to have a proper voice excuse me, and you can hear me. So let's dive in this week we are going to talk about clarifying your offer. So we're going to talk about, together we're going to learn about how, just give me 2 seconds, this is bothering me, I've got something on my screen. Great offering starts when you are genuinely wanting to help your customers. Then we're going to talk about your offer. We're going to talk about what offer means and the big picture. We're going to talk about ensuring your offer is the right solution for the right problem. Then we're going to know how to read your audience's mind. We're going to then decide on your offer, which we're going to go through it. And then I'm going to go through the 7-step checklist for high converting offers, which I will be leaving a copy of this in the group you can access and you can play with. So without further ado, let's start. Let's start with the quote. To understand a man, you must first walk a mile in his moccasin. So truly great offering comes from you falling in love with your client. You and I, both of us, falling in love with our clients and genuinely wanting to help them. When you come from a place of service, your customers, and when your customers feel heard and understood, they'll be more than happy to buy from you because they feel it. They feel you understand. They feel that you're there to solve that problem for them. And they're not going to stop buying from you. They're going to keep buying again and again. And if it's only one-off service or one-off product, guess what? They're going to talk about you with their family and friends, and the likes of social media these days. We're going to talk about you. This is what they're going to do. And it's going to have a snowball effect on your business. It's going to help bring more referrals. It's going to bring more social proof, and ultimately it's going to generate more profit. And that's obviously we're in business to generate profit. This will then help you, because it's like a little loop. This will then help you to invest back into your business so you can create exceptional offers for your client, make sure you provide exceptional service to them. And one thing though, loved up clients are your best free salespeople for you. So when I talk about this, I don't want to, what I mean is, I don't mean creating a new offer. Some of you here might be new and you're creating your business and it's a brand new business and you're not sure about your offers. Then you create a new offer going through the process that we're going to go through today. Or some of you who already have a product and service out there, you already have your business. I'm not talking about creating a new one. What I'm talking about is I want to be working with you so you are clear on how you're communicating. So what we want is we want to ensure that your offer, whatever you have at the moment, your products and service, it's the right solution for the right problem. So that's what the aim of this workshop, this live workshop we're going to go through. All right, before I start, I want to talk about this 6th step. Last week, we talked about clarifying your customer avatar, which is very important. This week, it's another fundamental steps that you have to make. These steps, every customers of mine and every marketing, every business success will go through the same steps. They are continuous of each other, and you need to be spending time on every step to make sure that at the end, when you have the whole 6th step up and running, when you have your whole strategy session up and running, you are not creating, you're converting and you're generating revenue for yourself. So if you haven't done your customer avatar, I 100% recommend for you to go back and do your customer avatar, because the next week it's if you don't know who you're talking to, it's going to create a problem for us to create a content strategy for you. So it's very, very important for you to do this to do these workshops. One of the things that I get all the time is people come to me and say, oh, Ned, I'm advertising, I'm doing social media, I'm advertising, I'm marketing, but I'm not converting, nothing is happening. And usually when we go back, there's a disconnect between the client and the messaging, so, and the offering. So they're not communicating properly. So it's very important, in order for you to get return on your investment when you're advertising, to bring customers into your store, to your shops, to your website, you spend time in those two fundamental steps, which are clarifying your customers and clarifying your offers. So let's begin. So I'm hoping that you all done your week one, and we'll start. All right. The keyword, my favorite C word, the keyword to when you're creating your offer is clarity. You have to be crystal clear of your offer. So when it comes to people who are your customers, when they come to your website, when they come to your social media platforms, when they land on your sales page, when they read your email, they understand exactly what you're offering. The thing is, if you confuse them, you will lose them. I'm going to do a little class about neuroscience. I know this is marketing, but marketing is we're marketing to another human being with the same wiring. You see, our brain is programmed to make sure our body runs efficiently. Make sure it conserve energy, so in case if, I don't know, the tiger comes, we can run away. In case there is a threat, we can run away because we're conserving energy. So we don't have tigers, we don't live in the wild world, and so they don't have animals attacking us. But our body still does the same thing. Our brain still does the same thing. So when you're creating an offer, it's not clear, guess what's going to happen? They're going to leave. It's not like they mean it. It's just that for their brain, it means that they need to invest more energy into something that the brain goes, nah, we're leaving. This is too hard. We got to go back. So it's very important for you and I to be very, very clear. Again, my favorite C word, to be very clear as to what our offers are. So again, keyword clarity. So you might ask, well, I don't know, what are you talking about? What is offer? What do you mean by offer? So there's offers, is different section of it, the different part to the offers. When we're starting the offers, when we understand it, and we're going to start, is we start with the big picture. So when big picture, I mean your business goal. And in here, we talk about, in marketing, we talk about revenue. So we talk about, we have a SMART goals to make sure that we know exactly what you want, how much you need to generate, is it time bound, measurable, what your KPIs are. And then we will go, how many products and service that you need to sell to generate this revenue, to get to your business goal. So that's the first part of when we sit down and do that offering, because that determines obviously how much is your offer is going to be, how much is your product, and how much is your service. So when we talk about offer, we start with the big picture in mind, how much you want to generate. The next one, if we move to lead magnet. Lead magnet is the component of your core offer. So it's an incentive for your potential customers to give you their email address, fill out the survey, book a consultation, book an appointment, come to your shop. So this is a core lead magnet that you might have heard. All of us at some point signed up to something. You're standing here, you are here in this live workshop. So somehow not somehow, somewhere that we gave our email addresses and we got something back. That's the lead magnet, which is a component of it. There's so many different lead magnets you can actually use. I've got a list of, I think it's about 19 of them. The list of them here, it can be audio training, which is any training. You can do audio training depending on what your products services are. This doesn't matter if you're a service-based business or the product-based business. You can always look into it and use and see how you can utilize this for your business. So it could be a webinar, quizzes, boot camps are really good for weight loss and also coaching. Or it could be a sample. You might have a book that you want to sell, and you can give a chapter of that book, videos, workout, again, coaching sessions. Coupons and discounts are something that I would recommend if you can do it. Strategy session or consultation, infographics, checklists, templates, toolkits if you're using something, and it's handy for your customers to have. That's something that you can do. You can actually give them for free as part of your lead magnet to bring them into your funnel. Resources list, planners and calendars. If you are coaches, doesn't matter what coaches, life coaches, something else, business coaches. Again, if you're coaches, I will recommend a planner or a calendar. Tutorials, calculators, if you're financial advisors, or if you... what is the other one? Not financial advisors or anyone who needs a calculator. It will come to me. Ebook or industry specific reports. If you are in an industry and you can actually gather information and create a report, this is very interesting as well. So now that we got the bigger picture, and now we got a component of another offer, which is our lead magnet. These are all considered as offers. Then we need to include a CTA, which is a call to action in our lead magnet. This is when, let's say, they download something, or they book a consultation with you, or they book an appointment with you, or they come to your shop. You have a call to action. Call to action is, where do you want them to go next? Again, we need to be very simple, we need to be very clear, and we need to give people directions. We don't want to confuse them. Remember, if we confuse them, we lose them. So it could be joining your group program. It could be yoga teacher that you want people to join you in your yoga classes. You want them to register for your workshops. You want them to register for your coaching. You want them to register for whatever services you provide. You know your business. Or the next step could be buying. It could be buying a full service of coaching. It could be buying a full, getting a loan, use you to get a loan. It could be a bookkeeping. It could be something, whatever it is, that could be the next stage for you. That could be the next step when they get this lead magnet. Then we're going to move them into nurture sequence. Nurture sequence could be emails, chatbots, join a group, that where you are at the moment. So nurture sequence, which we're going to go through it in probably week 5. I can't remember, was it week 4 or week 5? We're going to go through it. It's very important. You have to remember, this is social media. We are in the era of social selling. They don't necessarily buy from us straight away. Some people will hang around for a year before they require my services. Some people might be 6 months. Some people might be 2 weeks. That's where your nurture sequence comes in. That's where your connection with your customers, the community building comes in, because you want to nurture these people. So when they're ready, remember they're going through the buying stages. When they're ready, you are the best solution for their problem. So it's very important, which we talk about it in week 5 or 6. No, not 6. 6 is a community building. So, okay. Again, so the next one is ensuring that this is the most important, ensuring your offer is the right solution for the right problem. And majority of time, it's not. It's amazing how the disconnect, it hurting your business. It hurts small businesses. So many business owners, entrepreneurs, even marketers are not clear on what problem their product and service solves. This is the most important part. your product and service is getting rid of the pain or gives them a pleasure. There is something in there that you need to be clear. And one of the reasons that it's not working well is because we don't spend time to get to know and understand our clients, who our avatar is, and if ensuring that what we're offering is the right solution for the right problem. It's even going to save you on your advertising. The next one is, once you know, so ensuring that is the right solution, once you know that your product or service is the ideal solution for your audience, you are in much better place to craft the perfect offer. Again, I'm not talking about offer. When I'm talking about the offer, I'm not talking about creating a new one. If you are new in the business, yes, we start new together. But if you're already in business and you say, well, Ned, I already have my offers and products, then what we do is the communication of your offer. We're going to show them, we're going to tell them that your offer is the right solution for the right problem. This is the most important one of the top reasons that ads fail is because offer is confusing or salesy, or there is a big disconnect between the ad itself and landing page. When you do your homework and you make sure that you clarify your offer, who you're talking to, and you update your website, your social media platforms, I've seen it so often, even Facebook cover. When you land on their Facebook cover, you don't know what they do. And that's, again, another disconnect. Your email signature, what you put on there, it needs to be as clear as possible for them. The less energy they use, the simpler it is, you're going to have a better conversion. You're going to have a higher converting offer, which ultimately going to generate a profit for you. So that disconnect is very important. Sometimes you obviously seen it. You think of something. This probably has happened to you as well. You think of something and you're like, I need to find out. Something happens and generates an interest, and you go, I need to find out, because we moved from generating interest. Now we're gonna go and see if we're ready to buy this. So you go and search on Google. You go number 3 on the list. Number 3 on the list. You click on it. You land on that page, and you're like, what is that? No, I don't know what's going on. So there's the disconnect. You might have the best service or product for the solution, for the problems they have. But because there's a disconnect and it's not clear, they just don't see it. We go back and we'll click back. And you got to remember, this happens to everybody and your clients as well. So we have to understand there's a human on the other side that is reading this and watching this. All right, so we talked about this. And when I talk about salesy, though, we got to remember we're in social media. People turn up on social media to get entertained, hang out with friends and family, see what's going on. If you come across very salesy, you absolutely lose. All right, so now we got to get to the point of reading your audience's mind. I don't know if you can hear it. My dog is actually dreaming. So reading your audience's mind. This is very important. So we know, you tell me, Neda, I know exactly. I know, I agree with you. We need to clarify our offer. So now we got to read your client's mind. The first one, you got to go back to the step 1, the week 1. We have to clarify as much as you can who's your customer avatar, which you fill out the avatar worksheet. And then we talked about Facebook Insight. That is an amazing tool that Facebook provides for us. Another one you can do is create a survey. You can use SurveyMonkey. If you have clients already, you can use SurveyMonkey, or you can go to Facebook social media, create a post and post it on social media, ask a question. Simple question. Make sure it's one simple question. One thing with surveys, if you can, I would recommend for you to give them an incentive. It's either half an hour phone calls or 15 minutes phone call. If they don't know us, they tend to not to get involved with the survey. So I will recommend, if you can give them an incentive, I will 100% suggest for you to do that. And that could be your lead magnet as well. You can use that for your advantage. All right. So the next one is my favorite one. Some of you might actually know this. There's a website called answerthepublic.com. It is a free if you search once a day. I've got the free one and I only search once a day, and I do make a note of everything that comes up. It's actually a collection of all the searches for a particular keyword. It's amazing. So let's go there and I'll show you where we'll have a look. Okay, let's go there. You're gonna see this guy. It's funny. Okay, so this is the website. It's called it's a crazy website. I love it. So what you do is this is discover what people are asking, and it's actually absolutely comes from Google and Bing. These are what people are asking. You can select your country. So I usually stick to whatever country you're in. So if it's a specific one, you can do it, but I usually go with US because it's got more data, and all we need is data. We need to learn. So you can do whichever. I usually go to United States, and you can pick, discover what people are asking about. So you can actually have keyword. Like if I never go Facebook alone because there's so many other stuff that comes up. I lost my password and all the other stuff, which it's not really for me. So what I can do is I'm going to talk, what should we do? I am going to, let's search yoga. I think yoga would be easier. Yeah, let's search yoga. So we're going to search yoga. And that's the guy who's checking himself in the mirror. But it's amazing. Last time it was an old gentleman, which is funny. Okay, let's do search. And we searched yoga. It's searching. It's coming. All right. So now it comes up if you want to understand your offers, like what you're going to create if you're doing yoga studio, then you can come here. This is a bit confusing how to read it, but it's everything there. So the first lot is, you can download the image as well. So the questions, so the first 80 questions. So when yoga started in India, when yoga was invented, these are the ones, there's information that you can use. I usually want hows and whys. Okay, so how yoga works, if you've got a yoga studio, how yoga works. So let's see what yoga is best for me, what yoga poses help with bloating. There you go. You can create an offer if you are a yoga instructor. And the shading is more. What yoga mat does Adrian use? I don't know who Adrian is, but anyway. But it gives you a lot of information. So we go down, prepositions. So yoga without, yoga versus, yoga can. So we go yoga can. Yoga, can you lose weight? If you can use yoga to lose weight, if it's something that you can actually, as a yoga instructor, you can create an offer. So anything you can type in, any keyword, any business that you are in, you can actually see what people are asking. So the comparisons, yoga like P90X, yoga like scrubs, yoga like dress pants. So I don't know about this, but if you're selling yoga gear, maybe that's something you can look into. Get your first session. Thank you. Can you just disappear? I'm busy at the moment. Thank you. Okay, this is obviously with the alphabetics. I like this bit because I don't like doing this and doing that. So when you go down the page, there's alphabetics. So yoga Adrian, there's some images. So yoga house, images, related. So maybe find out who Adrian is if you're a yoga person. So yoga teachers training, if you want to offer to other people to do training, if you're a yoga instructor, obviously, yoga retreats. So all of these are massive information in there. And this information actually coming from Google and Bing. So it's so important to know what you want, what yoga is best for me. Again, with bloating, we talked about this. what yoga moves to avoid when you're pregnant, so you can actually create a offering for pregnant women if you want. There's so much you can do, and that will 100% help you with this. It's amazing. It's an amazing website. I just don't think it would say if I go to yoga, I've done my thing, so it's gonna ask me as to you need to sign in. Okay. Right, so this is another one. I'm going to put the copies of this in the file section of this group. It's amazing. It's worth playing, and it is a bit expensive, but it works for me. I still do it once a day when I'm doing a research for the client of mine. But what I do is I actually got a spreadsheet that I list them up. I just put them in there, and I put them in the industry, so it helps me to get more details. Another one, when you're creating an offer, this is something so interesting. If you're new in the business, it might be a bit difficult. But if you already have clients and they ask you a question, for example, Nita, do you do this? When I started a business, all I did was advertising. So majority of the revenue for my business is Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn advertising. So I use advertising to bring clients to my customers to my clients. But then people were asking me, I need help with the Facebook page. I need help with my ads. I'm running ads. And then you think, okay, maybe that's an offer I should create. So this is all looking in the questions that people are asking you. I even only recently, I put frequently asked questions on my website. So anything comes up that people ask me, I know that someone else might ask these questions. So I put that in there as well. Again, test one key question for your new customers or members. You know, when customers comes in and they might not sign with you, at the end when you're having a chat, take that opportunity and ask them. Ask that simple question. What is it that you want? What is it that you want this product to give you? What do you think it needs to solve? What challenges do you think that you need this to solve? I'm just trying to think. I'm not thinking well at the moment. It seems like it. So these are reading your mind, audience's mind. Remember last week we talked about this. You need to get into people's psyche. It's not enough to just say they're female, they're 30, or they're male and 55. You need to get into the psyche. Remember, you need to walk in their moccasins. So yeah, so we need to do this. Okay. All right, so now we talked about all of it. We've done our research. We know we need to an offer. So decide on your offer. So when we're deciding on the offer, you have to see what your audiences want and what your business is going to be. Is it going to be, if your audience is going to be a budget conscious or luxury people, then it depends. The whole thing will change. The whole thing will change. So it's important for you to understand is, what do they want? Do they want budget conscious? If you want to go to that road, then you need to understand, and your prices needs to be reflecting that. Or you might actually, when you're putting an offer out, let's say there's a certain offer we created, we're going to bring it in. Are we going to have an exclusivity offer? If you're doing a coaching, or if you're even doing, I don't know, if you're doing car washing, if you do a car detail and you want to create an exclusivity offer. If you are joined with us, we wash your car or detail your car for 12 months and 11 months for free, and you get this. If the first client will get this extra for the detailing as well. Or it's a one-time limited offer. I'm actually going to go with the Black Friday. I'm actually going to have one-time limited offer. Then I'm going to have 50% off my social media management for only 5 clients, which is only for one day on the Black Friday. So that's my one-time limited offer. It's going to be for 5 clients, and it's going to be 6 months half price social media management for them. And so this is a one-time limited offer that you need to create, you need to think about. Or seeking quick fixes. If you are a yoga teacher, if something that is, you know how we love quick fixes? We love it. I would love to lose 10 kilos tomorrow. But if you come up to me and say, let's say you help me with losing weight. If you come up to me and say, Get fit into your jean in 10 days, fit into your jean in 14 days. That is a quick fix. So these are the things that you need to think about. Okay, this is the most important one. Well, all of them are important. But what would your prospect consider irresistible? You know how you go through yourself, all of us, we're on our phone, checking our social media, being social. And then all of a sudden we see something, right? We see something and we stop. We look at it and we're like, oh, it grabs our attention. I would 100% recommend for you to look into them, see them, pay attention, and sometimes even saving them, because you'll go, this is something that I can do. I can use this image. What was it in that ad that attracted me? Remember, the ad says sponsored and it comes along with the rest of the stuff that's happening. Pay attention to them, see them, because it's going to help you to understand what is it that grabs people's attention. If it grabbed my attention, should I test that image? It's amazing that you become your own marketing private investigator. Yeah, it's important. Okay, so now we sort of talked about the offer. We know what it is. I want to take you through the 7-step checklist for the high converting offers. This is the checklist that I hand out to my clients, and you can absolutely use it. It might not apply to your business, but the big thing for me is I want you to ask yourself how I can incorporate this in my business. One of the damages that you might do to your business is you just stick to what everyone else does. When you go outside your little box, when you go outside and look and see what other businesses are doing, and you might be able to incorporate it in your own marketing, I would 100% recommend for you to do that. So it's very important to go through this. And if you look at it and go, this doesn't apply to me, I want you to look at it and ask yourself, rather than saying this doesn't apply to me, I want you to have a look at it and ask yourself this question: how can I incorporate it to my business? So let's go. So this I'm going to put on the file section as well, so you can play with it as much as you want. My first question is, do you stand for something bigger and communicate that? So you might look at it and go, what? No, I want to make money. I do want to make money. All the shoes I'm buying, someone's going to pay for it. But the thing is, there is a bigger picture. To me, I'm going to tell you mine. Mine is, I do like money. I like earning money. I like to look after myself, my family, and everyone. But I've got a bigger picture. I know who I am and I know how my brain works. I can make a difference in someone's business. So my bigger goal is to make as much difference, to make difference to as many small businesses and brand as possible. I want small business to have the same expert advice that the big businesses have who can afford me. They've got money that they can burn, but I want the same thing for small business. And that's where I stand. This is what I want, is because I believe when small business grows, when they earn money, they start employing. They look after themselves. They look after the family. They're in it's the peace of mind. Then they employ people. They look after their employees. They make a difference in their employees' lives. And all of us together, we make a difference in our community. You make more, this is my thing, make more money, make a difference in lives of others, and change the world. So it might sound a bit woo-woo, but I would like you to consider it, because it's very important. It will come across and you relate to someone else who go, I actually believe that. And there are some prompt words that I want you to use. I envision, I believe, I know what I get fired up thinking about. I get fired up thinking about, if I can get a small business, generate more revenue, generate more profit, imagine how much difference I can make in the life of the community. So it helps. Second question is, are you crystal clear on your ideal customers? This is another one. This is the first week we talked about last week. It's so important. I want you to spend time and go back and find that ideal client. I know that we get so frustrated as to, I'm just worried if I'm not selling to everyone, the money is not going to come in. I can guarantee you, find the smallest viable market, and they will reward you. But in some cases, you obviously have more than one avatar. I do have more than one avatar, but I wouldn't recommend more than 3. So this is something else. You need to be very clear who they are, because remember, we want to make sure your offer is the right solution for the right problem, because they need to understand. You can hear them. They want to go, oh my God, was that person tapping into my phone? How did they know? So it's very important. The third question, are you absolutely sure and being specific about what people get? This is another thing. Make sure you're as specific as you want. I know that sometimes if you're selling product, if you're selling, if you're selling, sorry, I just got distracted. If you're selling, something is happening. If you're selling product, maybe you go, oh, I'm just selling a shirt. What specific I need to be. But sometimes you can tell them about, I don't know, I bought a dress and it was I think the material was viscose. They didn't tell me that when I put it in the washing machine, it's going to shrink and I need to iron it in order for this to work. So there you go. This is something, be specific, because then I know you're thinking about me. So make sure it's very clear. Again, my favorite C word, clarity. I don't know if you can hear Coco snoring. My apology. And she can't hear well either, so it's not going to move. The fourth question, have you considered objections? This is very important. You got to remember, we're dealing with humans who have same fears, and we don't like to be wrong. We don't like to be making the same mistake that we might done before. Like, it's more apparent in my industry, in sales and marketing industry. There are some, I hope, people out there who take advantage of businesses. And it doesn't matter what size. There are freelancers who take advantage of the business and the big agency who do that. So you have to consider objection. If they've been burnt before, or even anything, they might have a fear. We hate to lose. What we hate the most is we hate to look like an idiot in front of people. So that's very important. Write down. I've got 10. If you have more, please. You'll probably heard the objections they have, but answer them. And if you can, put it on your website. I've got it on my website. Another one, number 5 is, have you shared success stories and reviews? If you can, I would 100% suggest for you to share those. With my business, when I started, I made a decision that because I am working with small businesses and they pay me and I do a specific strategy for them, and I look after the different industries, and I might be looking after the same industries, I made a commitment that I'm not going to be naming and I'm not going to be talking about my client. I'm going to talk about what I do, but I'm not going to talk about my client. And to do that, I've actually got 30 days money back guarantee, and I don't have any contract. So they can cancel at any time. But that was my choice. However, if the customer's talking about it and send me an email, not a problem. They do have it, and I'm very grateful. But that was a decision I made in my business that I'm not going to do it. However, if you are happy to do it and people are doing it and giving you reviews, 100% use it. I would 100% tell them your success stories and your happy endings. Well, happy ending is in a nice way, or even anyway, doesn't really matter, whatever business you're in. Another one, have you stacked relevant and must-have bonuses? For example, if you have a bonus and you go, oh, let's say you can actually, maybe something with you can actually offer a service of, I deliver how many birthdays you have in a year to this person, and they go, I don't know, 5 birthdays. And you go, you know what? If you pay me for the 5, you get 5th one free. And you just sign them up. This is the extra bonus. Or if you're doing coaching, if you have, for example, you do 6 weeks of coaching, and then you go you have more bonuses. When it comes to the end, you will have more bonuses. So that's something that I will 100% recommend to think about it when you're creating your offer. Is this something you can offer afterward? Like, is this something that you can stack with what you're doing? Last one. Have you clearly stated your guarantee? If you are giving a guarantee, because there's always a what if, in my case, is always going to be a what if, because I'm not sharing my clients' names. So they're always going to say, what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out? You've got 30 days. On the 31st days, you can come back to me and say, you don't have to give me any reason. You might come and say, I don't like this. I don't think I want it. You don't even have to say I don't like it. You can just send me an email and say, nah, I just want to stop this. You get your money back. Obviously, it's got nothing to do with Facebook advertising because I don't get that money. But I'm very clear, and I don't have any contract. The contract it finishes every month. So they can cancel at any month. So I'm very clear. So if you don't have to give money back guarantee. Depending on what industry you're in. I know with you, Millie, is imagine delivering a flower and they want to return money. I don't know why would anyone do that, but I'm sure there's people out there who will do that. However, you don't have to do anything, but just make sure you're very clear. You're very clear what you're getting. You're very clear and state your guarantee. Millie delivers with her heart. I know she does that. So that's something that there's your guarantee. So yeah, I think this is something that I would 100% recommend for you to look at. And I just realized I didn't share my screen with you. So this is the actual, my apologies, I didn't share my screen with you. So this is the actual 7-step. I'm going to leave a copy in the group for you. You can 100% print it out and play with it. And if there's any question, let me know. So at the moment, I think I am to the end of our, before I go, there's a little remember. I have to have a remember. So make sure your offer, again, is clearly communicated in your organic social media, in your paid content, in your website, landing pages, sales pages, squeeze pages, whatever you call it, your emails, your email signature, and much more. So make sure wherever they go, your LinkedIn, if you're using LinkedIn, wherever they go, they actually can see it and go, I know what this person does. I know exactly what this person does. All right, my friends, so let's get to the Q&A. I don't know who is here. Say hi if you're here. Hi, Millie. Say hi if you're here. I can see you now. Hello, hello. So who's with me? Was there any questions? Is there any questions you guys have? Should we talk about something else? Anything to do with your offer? Anything wasn't clear? Let me know. All right. Otherwise, we are going to wrap up. I might wait for, let me see. Who's here? I might wrap up. Oops. Just did something. Don't know what I've done again. All right, let's get to the comments. If there is no comments, I'm going to leave you guys. Love you and leave you. Hopefully you, if there is any question, please let me know. I'm going to put this to go live again on the watch party tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So if you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, it was a pleasure talking with you, and hopefully it was informative, and I can't wait for the next week. Please spend time in the last customer avatar and this workshop, because these are the fundamental steps that we can build on to do your content strategy. So it was a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'm excited, and goodbye.